Be a hero. I'm just an ordinary guy, and I've reached my damn limit!
Your limit? Who decides what your limit is? Instead of overthinking your setbacks, just focus on moving forward.
Hello. Welcome to Deep Bites with Sony Blaze, where we get little bites of content in between to hold your hunger over for Deep Talk with Sony Blaze episodes. I am your Philocka Sony Blaze, and welcome to my corner of the universe. Yes. So what up? What's up? What's going on? What's happening, people? What's happening? We're back again. So just to let you know, we just got done with another episode of Deep Talk with Sony Blaze. This is like Thursday. What the fuck was it today? The 29th of Thursday. Yes, the 29th. So last night we was having a deep discussion, a solo episode about when dreamers finally wakes up. I have to say, I really did enjoy that episode. It was something that, you know, especially when it comes to dreamers, really means a lot to me. Yes, it does. So anyway, let's go ahead and get straight to it. So like always, from solo episodes or deep bites, most of the times is something that inspired me to go ahead and do this episode. And obviously the intro of the deep bites is inspired by whatever. So this time, what this episode of Deep Bites was inspired by is an anime. Also, if y'all don't know, I'm still kind of am, but I used to be an avid anime watcher, but not as much anymore. But it comes from One Punch Man. I believe that might be season 2 of One Punch Man. I'm not sure, but it's one of those episodes. But anyways, let's go ahead and get straight into it. So mainly what inspired this is that particular clip that was on there when One Punch Man, or his actual name is Saitama, or his hero name is Kate Baldy. He was talking to, I can't remember this guy's name. He was from Subuki or whatever, or Fubuki, Mount Team, whatever. But anyways, the dude was sitting there. He was like crying, yelling, screaming, and he was like, "That's all I'm pretty much." He basically saying that's all I'm good for. It sucks to be a hero and whatsoever. And being with Saitama is, because the anime is crazy as fuck, anyways. But a true hero that he is, he explains that who decided what your limits are, and he goes really into it. Yeah, y'all seen the clip anyway. So after that, I was like, you know what? I want to do an episode of Deep Bite of that, and here we are. We got an episode of Deep Bite with Sony Blaze talking about that same exact thing of who decides what your limits are. Like, who really do decide what your limits are? Now, first of all, let's talk about what are limits. Mainly, now, to me, limits is pretty much walls or best way, pretty much walls, or I won't say limit because that's what we're discussing, but mainly points or things that you just can't go beyond to or whatsoever, but pretty much areas that you cannot reach in whatsoever. But we'll get to there soon. But here is a actual definition of what do limits mean. Now this comes from one of my go-to websites is Merriam Webster.com. And basically what it means, the definition comes from there as a noun, something that's bound, restrained, or confined, the utmost extent, geographic or political boundaries. Verb, the asset certain limits. yeah, that I don't understand the verb part of it. But mainly that's pretty much basically a boundary. Pretty much that's what it is, a boundary, a ceiling, a place that you cannot actually go to or reach or you can surpass. That's pretty much what our limits are. Now, why do others actually go ahead and decide what your limits are? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of individuals who especially are watching this have people tell you you can't do that, this, do that, or whatsoever, and pretty much decided what are your limits, and not really just not really just really just I don't know what to say about that, but but the main thing is a lot of times a lot of people, oh okay, mainly because since they see limits within themselves, they decide to put limits on you. So that's what it comes down to it, because a lot of times people sit there and put a lot of limits to themselves and decide to put limits on yourself, on you, because because then while they can't or will not go out and actually try to pass their limits or try to destroy the box that they're in, they rather go ahead and put down somebody else, put limits on somebody else, put chains on somebody else, because they can't do that themselves. And the thing is, there is no limits. Like light and darkness has no limits. Do you? No, you really don't have no limits. Your limits is the skies, pretty much. There is no limit. So you just go out as much as you can, because when you limit yourself, you limit your growth, because growth is limitless. I never really thought about that. Damn. Growth is limitless. And the more that you grow, the more that you reach more higher potential. Because when it comes down to it, you just got to keep on going. When you feel like, and this was also within that clip too, things get hard, and when it seems like you can't go on, you just had to find the strength to keep going. Like forward ever, backwards never. Maurice Bishop. Forward ever, backwards never, man. You have to keep pushing forward. You have to keep going, because the thing is, especially how life gets fucked up. That's how life is. And you know what? Thank you, Most High. Thank you for Most High, because life could be easily way worse than what it is now. So once again, thank you, Most High. I had to knock on some wood because like I said, things could be a lot worse than what you are. And that brings me to like something I was talking about. There was a mic up special. If you want to go ahead and watch that episode, I'll put the link down in the description, because the thing is, your problems, like things could be a lot worse than what it could really be is. Somebody out there is having a lot worse time than you. So like I said, I'll put the link down in the description. Go ahead and check out that deep dive episode. It's actually one of my first episodes as well too. But anyways, in closing though, man, don't allow others to put limits on you. Don't allow them, because a lot of times they put limit on themselves and they looking through their own perspective. So don't allow their perspective, their reality to affect yours. And when things get tough, you just have to keep on going. You have to keep on pushing, because only you can prevent forest fires. No, I'm just kidding. Please don't hit me with that. But when it comes down to it, only you can put limits on yourself. Only you decide what your limits are. But anyways, thank you for joining me on this deep bite of Sony Blaze. Also, just to let you know, each and every Wednesday on the mainradio.com, Talk with Sony Blaze goes up and hits you with a new episode. Anyways, peace. Sony Blaze